So I was hanging out with my friend, we were playing pool, and he mentioned that it seemed like I knew everybody on this weekend when we were at this concert. This is where I'd originally met him. And I said, yeah, a lot of people I met that weekend. There was a decent few friends of mine that I had already known who I was bumping into there. But to him, it seemed like I'd made friends with all these people that I knew everyone already. But what I had really done is I'd gone there and I'd just been speaking to so many people. I'd met like at least 100, 200 people over the weekend. And I got into really good conversations with them. Saw me, he observed me being sociable and friendly with everyone. And it seemed like I was friends with everyone. And that's why I felt like I could give this advice of like how to be more charismatic. Not that I reckon, like I know that I have good social skills, of course. But not that when people say that, like how to be charismatic, top 5 tips, usually they're full of shit. I just wanted this title to clickbait you, really. So I'm just gonna tell you what I do that helps me make friends much faster, that helps me get along with people. So obviously at this weekend, I knew a lot of people, and I played this game with myself. It's like I would be speaking to a group of people here, and like I would be facing them, but I would just turn in a 360 and stop at a random time and go up to a group of random people where I either knew them or I didn't. But, a lot of the time I brought a friend with me when I was going up to people I didn't know. But I was just going around introducing myself to a lot of people, and I was clicking really well. I was actually starting to get to know so many people. It was working. And something that I observed that I was doing here, I would literally just go up to people and say, yo, what's your name? And that was the simplest, like, it seems so simple, so ridiculous that all you have to do is go up and say, hey, what's your name? But that's what I was doing, and it was working really well. There was this time that I brought my friend on a night out with me. And this guy, he sometimes struggled with being social, but as the night went on, we met up for dinner, we got some steak, we headed out to this area where there's a lot of people our age who go out, and we bumped in this group of friends, and I was really close with one of them, and we got in a great conversation with all of them, had an amazing laugh. And I noticed this guy for the first time speaking to new people, starting to be loud, starting to laugh a lot. And it taught me something, not to be like a bit arrogant, but he was hanging out with somebody who I was talking to all these guys, really sociable, and he was put in a position where he had no choice but to like have to talk to these people, but to have to go out of his comfort zone and speak to everyone. And that's when I realized there's this amazing speed run tip that you can use to become charismatic. All you have to do is find somebody who you think is charismatic and hang out with them. And as a snap of the finger, if they're a good person, they'll just carry you along the way. They'll introduce you to people. Like, I know that's hard, but I just wanted to at least let you know, like, there might be one really sociable guy that you know. And honestly, I remember this one time, there was this super sociable guy in my old school. And I, at first, wasn't that close with him. But one day, I just started, like, speaking to him more. And after, like, a couple of weeks, I was like, yo, we should just go hang out. And that guy, like, nowadays, I'm more social than him. I introduced him to all my friends this holiday when he was visiting me. But back then, it was a huge, like, I became so much more social and such a better person just because I put in the effort to become closer with this guy. And what do you know? Now he's one of my super close friends, and he's done so much good for me. This speed run tip, you could literally go from being a loser, like finding it impossible to talk to people. In a few months, you could suddenly like have a huge group of amazing friends, find it really easy to talk to people wherever you go. There was this time where I went to this area for the first time. And when I got there, I was already becoming quite social. But when I got there, it's like you would be with your friends, but not only that, you would speak to random people you saw. You would say hi to random people. And it was that specific night where everything in my mind changed. I didn't even realize this was possible. There's some places you can go, and when I was there, it was just so easy to talk to everybody. Like, everybody was friendly. Of course, there's gonna be like that one really pretty girl who's just full of herself and won't speak to you. There's gonna be like some dickhead guy who thinks he's too cool for you. But if you just keep talking to everybody, eventually you're going to be seen as like this kind of popular guy. And those people who thought they were too good for you might end up speaking to you as well. And I learned like all you have to do is just try and talk to people, keep trying, and eventually it's like people will feel pulled towards you because everybody wants to be around that really social guy. You know, at the end of this holiday that I had recently where I was out a shit ton with my friends, I basically introduced this guy to a lot of my good friends. And I remember he said something. He was like, so you know how I've told you to like find a really good friend, somebody who you really trust, or somebody who's really sociable, and when you hang out with them, they'll start to introduce you to more people. You'll become more social just by the nature of them being that kind of person. Well, then if you go to a place where you could be friendly, like a party, for example, like I said, there's certain areas you can go where people are friendly. If you brought that friendly guy and you went to an environment where people are receptive, then you could find it really easy to make a lot of new friends. There's one more thing. My friend, after this holiday, he said to me we were in a taxi, and he said, bro, thank you so much for what you did for me this holiday. Like, you introduced me to so many people, and I really appreciated it. Do you know how much of a difference that made his image of him in my mind? Because like a lot of the time I would think about, oh yeah, I introduced this guy to a lot of people. But this holiday, I didn't even realize it. And when he said that, I felt so appreciated. Like, I didn't even realize I'd done such a good deed for him. I'd helped him so much. And I gained so much respect for him saying that. I liked him so much more as a person. So I have this 3-step plan, bro. Find an extrovert who's super social. Go with them to a party or something. They just push you into being social. Just by you being there, you gotta warm up. There's other tricks of like how to be more social on my channel. You know, you warm up a bit, you talk to people, and you keep leveling up the skill. And then if you're really appreciative for him, you thank him, you're like, yo, thank you so much for taking me out, bro. Like, all you need to do is mention the idea. Somebody once mentioned to me, yo, like, bro, can you take me out sometime? Like, I want to be more social and stuff. And after I did it, like, one of them literally got their first kiss. And then they thanked me for like helping me. Or this specific guy didn't thank me for helping him. And that was kind of like the difference between the first guy and the second guy. Like, one of them was really grateful, and that's why I liked the guy that in the taxi thanked me. I liked him so much more, and I respected him so much more. You know, there's just one little tip that I wanted to give you. It's like a couple of weeks ago, or maybe a week or two ago, I was with my friend, and literally as soon as I saw him, we were just like making dumb jokes, being a bit of like kind of being idiots, laughing at shit, just finding random excuses to laugh. And look, I know that being funny is a really hard thing to a lot of people, but the thing that I've learned, that what I was doing with my friend, I literally walked in there and I'd make such stupid jokes, or even sometimes laugh about myself, because I feel like I'm already good friends with this guy. So it'd just be like, who would, like, that's a terrible example of something I'd say. But some friends I'm just so brain dead around, and something that I've learned is your joke, like, you don't need to overthink your jokes. People will just love the fact that you try to make jokes. People will love that energy, and eventually you'll become funny. And that's one of the things that's helped me the most in terms of being funny. And a lot of people call me a really funny guy. And I know that, I just know, like, when I'm around people who can't, like, approach me with an open mind, they can't stop laughing. All my closest friends, when we're together, we literally die, like we're in stitches the whole time. And it's a beautiful thing, man. If you learn how to make people laugh and bring amazing energy all the time, if you're in a good mood and you always reflect it, you hang out with someone super social, you ask them to take you out, you're just super kind, man, I promise you, you're gonna be charismatic in no time. There's no secret tip, bro. You just gotta be a good person, I guess, and you gotta keep trying. I hope this video helped you, bro. Have a great day.